I was standing in that courtroom, heart racing, when his smug face finally dropped. The judge's ruling was clear: I won. I destroyed the man who humiliated me, and I did it using the law he thought I'd never master. If you've ever been underestimated, belittled, or told you'd never make it, this story will hit deep. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in for one of the most satisfying takedowns you'll ever hear. I was fresh out of law school, top of my class, but carrying the weight of imposter syndrome like a boulder. I didn't come from money, didn't have connections, and my suit was 3 seasons behind. My internship was at a top-tier corporate law firm, where power oozed from every marble tile and leather chair. Enter Logan Maddox. Senior partner. Harvard Law. 3-time legal gladiator of the year, or whatever self-important title he loved to wave around. He was charismatic, sure, but behind that dazzling smile was a monster. If you weren't useful to him, you didn't exist. And if you dared to challenge him? He made it personal. He saw me as nothing more than a diversity hire. I heard him joke about it in the elevator. Oh, the scholarship kid? Cute. I bit my tongue. 4 weeks. Everything came to a head during a big merger deal. I'd stayed late for 3 nights building the case brief, catching inconsistencies in the other firm's contracts. When it came time to present our findings in the internal pitch meeting, I was ready. But when I started to speak, Logan cut me off mid-sentence. "This isn't a student debate," he sneered. "Let the real lawyers talk." The room laughed. Clients. Colleagues. Even the paralegal I shared coffee with. He then presented my entire work as his. Word for word. No credit. No mention. Just a smug glance in my direction when he got the applause. I went home that night and stared at myself in the mirror for an hour. My jaw clenched so tight it hurt. I wasn't just angry, I felt erased. That's when something in me shifted. I wasn't going to quit. I was going to beat him, not with brute force, but with something far more lethal. The law. I started small. I observed. Quietly. Every deal he worked on, every paralegal he flirted with, every MBA he arrogantly ignored. Logan thought he was untouchable. But every man who thinks he's untouchable eventually leaves fingerprints. He had a weakness: shortcuts. Logan thrived on cutting corners, confident his charisma would cover the gaps. But I knew the codes. The clauses. The precedents. And I started documenting everything. Late-night emails sent under client names. Undisclosed side fees. Manipulated billing hours. Enough red flags to paint the whole firm crimson. Then came my break. Logan had a side deal with a pharmaceutical client. A shady settlement involving hush money to suppress internal safety reports. Illegal? Absolutely. And now, provable. I couldn't leak it outright. That would ruin my career before it started. So, I got strategic. I contacted a journalist, anonymously. Fed her breadcrumbs. Then I fed the rest to the Board of Ethics under a burner email chain tied to an internal compliance tip. Next, I made sure the managing partner of the firm received a little packet on his desk. Inside? A full analysis of Logan's misconduct. Cross-referenced. Annotated. Verified. Guess whose name wasn't on any of it? Mine. The fallout was biblical. The firm scrambled to do damage control. The pharmaceutical deal? Exposed, front-page headlines. Lawsuits. Congressional interest. Logan? Disbarred. Publicly. He showed up on the news with his trademark grin gone, stuttering through an "I deny all wrongdoing" press statement. But the cherry on top? 3 months later, I got a call from a boutique firm. One that respected my skills. One that had seen what I'd done, quietly, surgically. They brought me on not as an intern, but as junior partner. And guess who applied for a consulting gig there 6 months later? Logan. Let's just say I didn't even forward his resume. Some people think revenge means shouting the loudest. But sometimes, real revenge is done in silence, through patience, precision, and letting the truth speak louder than ego. Justice doesn't always wear a robe. Sometimes, it wears a suit. If this story made your heart race or your jaw drop, hit that like button and subscribe for more real revenge stories that hit where it hurts. Drop a comment, what would you have done if you were in my shoes? And remember, never underestimate the quiet ones. They're usually building something dangerous.